Perfect.
That's awkward.
There we go. Now you got like 3 to line up.
You like just laughed at me.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta hit record on mine first.
Hey YouTube, welcome to Blading on the Brain, RockTown Podcast, SwapCast Part 2, where Brian and I talk about what's a TBI. We look at the true stories of our own accounts, from the symptoms ranging from frontal lobe function loss to swelling and that thing called a medulla oblongata. We talk about it with joy and humility and really start to understand what it means to be recovering from a traumatic brain injury. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you love the series. Please comment, like, thumbs up, and make sure you ring the bell so you get notifications of the next one. Enjoy.
The ice cream man. I'd like to blame that to the head injury, but it's not.
No.
That's just me.
But you don't go call the cops on him.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. I had people out here fighting one time. They're like, hey, you call the cops. I go, no, I'm not making this situation worse.
Dude, we need to make a vlog where you're bake sale Brian.
No.
You just go around calling the cops on suburban bake sales.
Oh, suburban. I was going to say, I'm like, where's this going on? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's just the head injured version of
Just
what
call
happens
in
my
lemonade
brain.
stands. Where's their permit?
Yeah, like, hey, is that your property? The sidewalk's not your property. You don't own the sidewalk.
I see some suspicious people in a pool. They look like they're having fun. Get your ass over here. Yeah, no, they're white as hell. They look like they're sunburned too. Yeah, that'll.
I don't think they have proper SPF. I think their coverage is low. We need to bring in the fire department.
We could do that. I guess we could. No, actually, I don't want to start calling the police.
No, that's not good.
For anyone
Never
listening
mind.
that's
Sorry.
easily impressionable, this
Don't
is
do that.
satire.
This is what happens when you hit your head.
Don't call the police for fun.
I don't know if you heard earlier when we said we lacked filters, but yeah, that's kind of part of traumatic brain injury is you kind of lose that ability to say, wait, that's a bad idea. Slow down.
I got an idea, and I'm going to say it out loud, and then I'm going to broadcast it on the internet.
And then regret it. So no, don't do that.
Okay,
Children.
there we backpedaled. So.
Yeah, we legally handled that, I think.
Sure.
Here we go. This is how you fix that.
Starting over.
That everything before that is just a disclaimer. So yeah. Looking back on your injury and thinking about Kev and like thinking about what happened, we definitely all share a similar experience, and that I don't think I really ever saw that end of it until right now, sitting here talking with you, being like, yes, loss of balance, check, highly irritable, check, core. Fight, flight, or freeze? Yeah, I know that. I'm strictly fight. I don't do anything else, really.
That's the one thing I found out during this, because I remember like we're talking to you like weeks before. You're like, oh man, I'm so out of shape and I got to lose some weight and everything like that. And then during those episodes, I was like, you are so strong. Just at the core. The fight is strong in this one. You're like, all right. I don't know why they call it fight or flight. It's like, no, it's fight your way out, and then run.
That's all I do.
Just be like, oh, I'm in a hospital. They're going to try to bill me. I have insurance, but I have a high deductible. Screw you. I don't want to get collector's debt 6 years later.
Is that like collector's debt remorse? Like, is that like really? Dang, I should have just ran. You know? I don't know what Kenan filled out. He might have put his own name. Oh yes, Joyce. Okay, and that's
I left all that adult. That's all the adult stuff. All that stuff. I was like, I'm just calling Karen. Sorry.
Start crying in the first 20 minutes. I didn't expect it. That's pretty hilarious.
That's good. There's just two dudes that hit their head giggling. Why? Because the greatest thing, like after, because I remember talking to you about my injury, and you're like, yeah, you are a little bit more different after that. And I know what it was, and it kind of, it feels like the peaks have had their edges sawed off. So like all the like really dumb stuff, I'm basically like just more serious. Like where everything used to be like, oh, that's so. I don't know if it's the world that changed or if it was me.
So for those who don't know, I mean, I guess we hit 20 minutes. So let's pull the cap off the bottle and let's tell the whole story. So I was there for Brian when he had his head injury. I personally didn't realize how severe it was. It's good to hear now that like we share so many more things in common. But Brian was there for me on December 10th, and it took me about 3 months to remember that date. December 10th, 2017, when I just went up for a routine soul and fell backwards, hit my head at Berkeley Skate Park, and from what I know, I woke up like 3-4 days later. I came back online and was able to make sense of the fact that I was in the hospital, and that like even though like for me it was really interesting because like I felt no pain. Like they say ignorance is bliss, but like ignorance with painkillers is like, hey, why y'all got me here? I'm good.
As your friend, I was watching in two ways. I'm like, one, no, I'd like to feel some pain. He hasn't, like, that's a reminder as old men, like, slow down there, buddy. But then again, they're also like, whoa, we're going to give your friend some fentanyl. I'm like, I swear to God, if you get him addicted to drugs, I'm going to kabul.
Yeah, my cocktail, when you look back at it, my cocktail was pretty intense.
You got fentanyl.
I read your books to learn about the drugs I was given.
So there's this thing called this opioid crisis that's going on, and the big thing now is fentanyl. It's like it's the strongest one, and people have been saying like, well, why does fentanyl even exist for when you're really hurt?
Yeah. So what happened to me was I hit the back of my head. In the injury, the impact from my brain hitting the back of my skull sent my brain flying forward in my skull, and your skull's rigid, but the brain is soft and there's jelly inside, and so it banged around a bunch, like as if you shook up a snow globe, and my brain was inside the snow globe, and I took a lot of damage to my frontal lobe. So my frontal lobe actually fractured the front of my skull.
That's right. I forgot your brain tried to go through your head.
Yeah, my brain tried to exit, and my yay skull, you held it together
Good
for
job,
a little
bud.
bit. But I had 4 major fractures in my skull from the inside out. One was through my orbital, and then the other 3 were kind of like across the top of my head. And
so for people not watching the video, orbital obviously is your eyes,
eyeball,
and the front of your brain is very important because what makes you human.
It really is what you don't have until you're like 20. I don't know. I was probably like 25,
You've
26.
raised 2 boys.
They don't have it.
You know when it hasn't hit in there
They
yet.
don't have it. No.
That's what school is. They're just like,
Yeah.
here, put all this in the front of your brain.
Yeah. So yeah, organization, emotional regulation. That whole filter thing we're talking about, not having it. Oh yeah, that's part of your frontal lobe. I didn't know vision.
That's where your eyeballs are.
Yeah, and they tie directly into your brain.
Apparently.
Some things don't go through like your cerebral amygdala or whatever. They actually just go directly into your brain. Sense of smell goes directly to your brain. So when your brain goes smashing around, some of those things also get messed up. And yeah, I still don't have I can hear it, thank God, but I still don't have a full sense of smell yet. It's been 7 months. Yeah, like some things just smell bad, but it smells like Angus's dog food.
Oh.
Like even Angus.
For the record, you do give him the good food.
I do. And
it's still dog food, though.
And just to like fast forward into recovery real quick, it was my first job that I cared about in the house, where I was like, I could actually care about something else other than myself. I was like, I'm going to make sure Angus goes outside in the morning, and I'm going to make sure he gets fed, and that's like my job, and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do those things. The rest of the day, I don't know, but I'm going to wake up and do that. So the first thing I smelled was his dog food. So I think like when my nose came back online, I was huffing a bunch of Lenovo or whatever his dog food is. And so everything smells like that. Everything bad smells like his dog food.
Oh.
Yeah. Bad breath. Poop. I'm trying to think. Burnt food, like when my lunch burnt.
So if we're hanging out and my breath ever stinks, like let me know. Like, know your breath smells like dog food, and it has nothing to do with what you ate.
It's nothing to do with anything.
But I used to live downwind of a Purina dog factory.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like I understand that. It's like, well, that's dog food, and I know it smells. But when it's hanging out in the air.
Dang, I really thought you were the pride of Wisconsin Rapids, but I guess it's...
No, that was Rock Island, Illinois, for which the place to which the RockTown Podcast is named.
Hey.
Yeah. So
right, nice
it smelled like hot Mississippi River and dog food.
Mm.
So anyway,
Nice.
what else is your sense of smell? Is it now like the cilantro tastes like soap thing?
No. So there's no like... That was the weird thing to try to understand initially, because I was like there's a whole syndrome around like people with head injuries, traumatic brain injuries, misperceiving others as fake versions of themselves. So like my wife, who is my stalwart and my ride or die, who was with me the whole time and kept me sane, immediately I was like, you're some kind of cyborg. You're not her. You don't even smell like her.
I just want to be real honest with a friend.
Yeah.
As a friend, I really did not like you then.
No one should have.
Because I was also like, yo, I mean, I'll that's fine. Like,
That's good.
We're in JSF. 90% of it is getting roasted.
Yes. That's how you get real.
Yeah. So then when they stop roasting, it means they don't care. So that was fine. But I was just like, dude, I can understand you're scared, but you're being mean to Karen.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of it was because I didn't have a sense of smell, and I couldn't articulate that.
And it was like all these other things that were going on. I mean, you were talking about rebooting.
Yeah,
you were rebooting there for a while. Like,
yeah, so balance. I couldn't balance. I couldn't stand on one foot, and like a lot of my physical therapy early on in the recovery was about standing and focusing, and trying to just balance, and then standing on one foot, and then slowly starting to move my head. Sorry for the sound. And like keep balance while doing that.
Yeah.
So that was like loss of balance, loss of smell, loss of taste comes along with smell. So I've lost weight simply because I can't stand food. Like it's like a waste of time. It's like completely a waste of time.
And it's a taste thing? It's not like a stomach thing or anything?
Yeah, it's simply like all the foods I loved, my comfort foods, anything fried just tastes like carcinogen. Like it just tastes like oil, burnt oil.
Oh, it is.
I know. It's terrible that you can cut through the like delicious beef and get straight to the oil of a burger. Like that's not fun.
Oh.
Yeah. Like bye delicious burgers and hello whatever. Stick it whatever it is in front of me. Make it a soy burger. I don't care.
Then again, for your brain and heart health and being around for your children,
it's probably good.
Your mom's got to be pumped.
Yeah, she should really
his mom's a yogi vegan teacher.
Non-soy. She's
a gem now.
She definitely takes some of the most pretty pictures on Instagram of her food. I love her. Thank you.
Everything she posted just makes me it makes me feel that she is so grounded, and two, I am letting her down every day.
That's Joy of Living Yoga. When that's the name of your company.
She's the mother of New York City.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be that. But she's my mom. That's pretty amazing. So yeah, that was part of rebooting. I mean, but you know what happened in the moments right after, and I think that was fun-ish to learn about myself. I mean, when you whack your head and you wake up 3 days later and you're in the hospital for a week and they put you on steroids, which is bad. Don't put me
Say no to roids.
on steroids ever. And I could have told anyone that. In any sense of my
Do you want to see me be more aggro?
Like seriously, like I throw myself like concrete for fun. Why would you put me on steroids? So yeah, I like basically fought my way out of that. I almost said prison, but I fought my way out of the hospital. But that's how it felt. I mean,
you can say that word.
I definitely woke up in restraints. Like that's for real.
Okay, but
I deserve them.
The first set, you went right through. You like I didn't. All I just saw was the aftermath, and there are these like I don't know, like backpack straps just ripped in half, dangling from the bed, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, my homie don't play. What? Think Dad's gonna keep him down? Oh, you guys are cute.
Like yeah, that was kind of some of the
like
funniest.
this was my monologue while I was doing
sense.
that. Why am I? Because oh man, this is gonna be funny. This sucks now, but dude, this is gonna be way funny later.
I hope you enjoyed watching. Please check again tomorrow for part 3, Coming Home, where Brian and I talk about my first days as I got home right after leaving the hospital and what it was like to return to normalcy. As always, thank you to Uranus for the music Money Train. Check him out on SoundCloud. And please like and thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and always ring the bell so you know when the next episode comes out. Hope you loved it. See you later, Blading on the Brain.